Hi, welcome to Leap Taken. This is Mika, and here at Leap Taken, I talk about all things witchy, craft-related, law of attraction, manifesting, esoteric, and everything else in between. And today, I'm making Rosemary-Saffron Syrup. This is the syrup that's going to be necessary for my Samhain celebration. I'm making the witchy cocktails from Witchcraft Cocktails. So I'm making this syrup from this book. And I'm looking forward to having this drink. I wish I could have it now. It's going to be called a witchy Cosmo. This is one of the ingredients. So this is sort of my prep work. Now, this recipe, according to the instructions in the book, it can keep for up to 2 weeks. So it's, you know, I'm halfway through the week now. I think, yeah, this is Wednesday that I'm recording this video. So this will be a week and a half, so it will be definitely ready and, you know, nice and sugary to add to my drink for Halloween. So the recipe calls for 4 ounces of room temperature water. So I have that here, which is really a half a cup. I hate when people put it that way. And then I have a half a cup of granulated sugar. I have 2 sprigs of saffron. That's here. If I can get it out. Yeah, I have my saffron right here. It's kind of 2 sprigs. Let me see if I can zoom in to let you see what that's going to look like. Hopefully you can see that. Yeah, hopefully. I'm zoomed all the way in, guys. Anyway, so yeah. Excuse me if I don't. Oh yeah, I'm just a good time with this post-nasal drip. Anyway, so that's that. So I got that ready to go. And oh, and my rosemary. So they said use a small sprig of rosemary. So here's my small sprig of rosemary. And I just have it in a cup here. Make it fancy. So I have a mason jar ready to go, clean, got a lid. And just if you're not sure about the saffron, if you never cook with it, I got this from my local supermarket. It's McCormick brand. This is expensive as all get out. It's going to be at least 20 bucks. So I'm telling you that now. So we're going to be making some paella and some other stuff and some Spanish dishes to use the rest of the saffron. Okay, so basically I'm going to go ahead and heat up the water, get that boiling, and add the sugar and just make, you know, basically a simple syrup. We're basically infusing a simple syrup, but we're going to add a little witchy element as well. So let's move on to getting the water going. So the next phase is to actually do a little bit of the witchy stuff here. So per the book, while bringing the water to a boil, I'm going to place the sugar in this mason jar and tune into the sweetness and capacity to win over any energy. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Just pour that in like so. And it is starting to boil, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just putting my hands on the glass and I'm just thinking about the sweetness of the sugar. I'm thinking about all that I want to add, or actually not add, what's the right word I want to say? I want to think about all the elements mingling together in my witch's Cosmo. So I want to pull out that energy, all that comes with that, the sweetness of this time, all of the good energy and positivity, the good feeling you get of something sweet on your tongue, the decadence, the pleasure. That's what I'm focusing on. So I will it, so it is done. All right, ready for the next step. So next is I'm going to add the hot water to the bowl, an empty bowl. Okay, that was boiling, by the way. I set it to the side for about 30 seconds, but this is in fact very hot water. Okay, so now that I have the hot water in a bowl, I'm going to sprinkle some saffron into this hot water, and I'm going to just visualize drops of sun rays as I do so. So here we go. So I have the saffron in my hand here, and I'm going to try to do it one by one. So, and I'm just thinking about sun rays. It broke in half, that's why they're in pieces, but it's really only two that you need. So that is going to release, and I'm just thinking about that energy. Now, the rosemary. So I'm holding this between my hands, and I'm basically sending a prayer, so to speak. And what that prayer is entailing, excuse me, is basically just bounty and enough for the winter, enough for the foreseeable future. And when I mean enough, bounty, abundance, prosperity, you know, all the things that I have been putting energy out for, that they continue, honestly, because I feel like this is a bountiful time for my family. So I'm sending just that positive energy, and just to put a protective realm, so to speak, around that energy, so that it can manifest unencumbered, and all, you know, that is good will be with little to no obstacles. So mote it be. Okay. Now I'm going to mix this up, right? And I'm doing this with intention as I mix the rosemary, mix the saffron into this, and it is turning a bit of a yellowish color, you can see. And I'm doing this with full intent, that nothing but positive things are my way, bountiful, positive, sweet pleasures, all of that. That's what I'm intending. And that energy is just mixing. And I'm just going to drop this sprig into this water. And again, grounding, centering. And I'm just sending out a prayer to the universe that all that I intend, all that I have intended, is manifesting into reality. And I'm thanking the universe for what is already done. All right. Now, that is basically that. So what I'll do next is I'll be pouring this into the sugar and all this will commingle. And then in about 24 hours, I'll remove the saffron and the rosemary from this as well. And then it'll be ready to go. All right. Okay, so just to let you know, I've refrigerated my syrup, my Rosemary-Saffron Syrup, so it is in the refrigerator. And I realized that I needed to add just a little bit more water. Now, I happen to have a water cooler here where it dispenses hot water, so I added, I just topped it off just a little bit more. I think I lost a little bit of water during the boiling process, so I added just a little bit more to the jar, and I used the actual spoon to mix it up once I poured it in. So the rosemary, saffron, sugar, water, all in that mason jar. So that's all mixed together. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to that drink. So you might want to play around with that a little bit if you boiled it. And I think maybe, like I said, some of the water boiled off a little bit, so I had to add more. But other than that, I think it's going to be great. I've made a simple syrup before. That's pretty much what I just made, a simple syrup, and I infused it. So hopefully yours turns out just as well. Yeah, so that's pretty much it as far as the simple syrup. And you can, and the rest of it is just a simple Cosmo, but I'll get to that. You know, a Cosmo is, you know, just going to be, you know, a little lime juice, cranberry, and vodka. So make sure you have those other things on hand as well. But I wanted to prepare. Am I really saying that? Prepare my simple syrup ahead of time, just so I know that it's ready to go when I'm ready to make the drink. So yeah, and I might even make up another batch if I don't like it, or if I want to add more, because I think I might want to test some of these things out before that night, and you might want to try too. So thanks again for watching. This is Mika, Lead Taken. Remember, October 31st, Halloween, Samhain, 5:30 my time, which I happen to be on the West Coast, aka Arizona. But yeah, so that's when the big live for Leap Taken takes place. And if you see some testing going on where you see live, I'm not really live, guys. I'm just testing it out to make sure everything's ready to go for that day. But the cocktails had to come first for sure. All right, so stay tuned because I'll have other videos where I'm going to be doing some other prep work and I'll be sharing it with you so you could also prep as well. Thanks.